Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Say it with me. I am unstoppable. I am powerful. I am ready to level up. Now take a deep breath and feel that energy, that spark, that fire inside you. Because today we're going to unlock the secrets of our success, not just mine, not just yours, ours. Together, right here, right now, let me tell you something. Success isn't an accident. It's not a lottery ticket. It's not luck. Success is a decision, a commitment, a way of life. And it begins with one thing, a powerful vision. You can't hit a target you can't see. If you don't know what you want, how can you expect to get it? The most successful people don't guess their way forward. They decide. They design a life with intention. Ask yourself, what does success look like to you? More importantly, what does it feel like? Get clear. Get focused. Get obsessed. Get obsessed. Because when your vision is strong, you become unstoppable. Dot winners don't get what they want. They get what they're willing to tolerate. The second you say, this is no longer acceptable, your life begins to change. You've got to raise your standards for your health, for your business, for your relationships, for your soul. Because the moment you do, the world around you rises to meet you. Change starts when you stop settling. Not me, hear you say it. Massive action. Massive action. That's right. Not timid, not cautious, not maybe tomorrow action. We're talking bold, brave, right now action. And listen, it's not about doing it perfectly. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Success belongs to the people who show up, screw up, learn, and keep going anyway. You will fall. You will fail. That's a promise. But the people who succeed, they use the pain. They use the fear. They use the fear. They use the failures as fuel. Failure doesn't define you. Quitting does. You've got to condition your mind like a warrior. Feed it every day. Read. Learn. Prime your mind like your life depends on it. Because it does. Let me tell you the real secret. Contribution. When you live to serve, to lift others, to give beyond yourself, that's when the game changes. Success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. But when you're driven by love, by gratitude, by impact, that's when you rise to a level most people only dream about. When you give, life gives back tenfold. Step forward, slow and powerful. So what are the secrets of our success? Clarity, standards, action, resilience. But here's the truth. These aren't just secrets. They're choices. And today, you get to choose, you get to walk out of here different than you came in. Stronger, louder, more alive. Say it with me one last time. I am ready. I am powerful. I am the creator of my destiny. Let's go make it happen. Let's go live the life we were made for. Thank you. And I'll see you at the top. Want me to tweak it for a specific audience, like students, entrepreneurs, or a team. Success begins with a clear vision. You must know exactly what you want in order to achieve. Get laser focused and let that vision fuel you. The quality of your life rises with the standards you set. Decide what you will no longer tolerate and demand more from yourself. Success is built on bold, consistent action. Don't wait for perfection. Start now, learn as you go, and adjust along the way. Failure is part of the journey. What matters is how you respond. Turn every challenge into strength and every loss into a lesson. Train your mind like a muscle. Train your mind like a muscle. Feed it empowering thoughts, habits, and knowledge every day to build mental strength and resilience. And true success is not just about what you get, it's about what you give. Make impact and contribution your ultimate goals. Let me know if you'd like these formatted into a poster, slide deck, or slide deck or one-pager. One of the most powerful truths I've learned, and one that every truly successful person understands, is that clarity is power. It's not just a phrase. It's not a cliche. It's a principle that shapes every decision, every action, and ultimately every result in your life. Without clarity, you're drifting. With it, you're a guided missile. Clarity gives your life direction, purpose, and momentum. It turns wishes into goals and dreams into outcomes. Think about it. How can you hit a target you can't even see? You can't. And yet, so many people are living their lives in a fog, uncertain of what they want, unsure of who they are, and unclear about where they're going. That's not just a waste of potential. It's a recipe for frustration, confusion, and regret. Because if you don't know what you want, how can you expect to achieve it? How can you align your thoughts, your habits, your energy, and your time if you haven't defined your destination? Getting clear about your goals is the first step to achieving them. But clarity goes deeper than goals. It's about knowing what success truly means to you, not what society says it should be, not what your parents or your peers expect of you. Your version of success, what lights you up, what brings you alive, what you would fight for, wake up early for, stay up late for. That kind of clarity moves mountains. It's not always easy to find. Sometimes you have to dig. You have to ask tough questions. Who am I really? What do I value most? What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? What kind of life couldn't fail? What kind of life would I build if I wasn't afraid? And the answers to these questions, they don't always show up instantly. But if you ask with intention and listen with courage, they will come. When you get clear, really clear, something shifts. Your brain starts to filter the world differently. You notice opportunities you once missed. You attract the right people. You say no to the wrong ones. You stop chasing what doesn't matter. Clarity brings alignment, and alignment brings power. Suddenly your decisions are easier because you know what fits and what doesn't. You know what serves your vision and what distracts from it. And don't just keep your vision in your head. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Visualize it. See it. Feel it. Make it real. Your mind needs a blueprint, and clarity provides it. That's why elite athletes, top entrepreneurs, and high achievers of all kinds spend time every day visualizing their goals, palpitenzio. Because when you see it clearly, when you believe it's already yours, your body, your mind, and your spirit begin to act accordingly. Remember this, confused minds don't take action. But when you're crystal clear, action becomes second nature. The fear doesn't go away, but it no longer controls you. You've got something stronger than fear now. You've got purpose. So today, give yourself the gift of clarity. Carve out the time. Ask the questions. Define your vision. Picture your future in detail. Who are you when you're at your best? What kind of impact are you making? How are you showing up in the world? Because once you're clear, you're powerful. And when you're powerful, you become unstoppable. If you want to change your life, the very first thing you must do is raise your standards. Not someday, not when it's convenient. Right now, because the truth is we don't get what we want. We get what we're willing to tolerate. Success doesn't start with a goal. It starts with a decision. A decision. A decision to stop settling. A decision to demand more from yourself. A decision to say, enough is enough. Think about it. Every result you have in your life right now is a reflection of your standards. Your standards. The quality of your relationships, the state of your health, your income, your mindset. It's all connected to what you've been willing to accept. You may not realize it, but you've trained the world how to treat you by what you've tolerated. If you've accepted mediocrity, that's what life gives you. That's what life gives you. If you've accepted being tired, broke, or stuck, that becomes your normal. But here's the good news. You can change your standards in an instant. You can decide today that you are no longer available for less than you deserve. Less than you deserve. You can decide that you're no longer going to coast through life hoping for better. You're going to demand better from yourself, from your habits, from your circle. That decision alone is powerful because once you raise your standards, your identity shifts. You stop being the person who wants to grow and you become the person who must. The key difference between people who live extraordinary lives and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or intelligence. It's the standards they set for themselves. Successful people don't tolerate excuses. They don't tolerate low energy. They don't tolerate disconnection from their goals. They hold themselves to a higher bar, even when no one is watching, especially then. Because the real transformation happens in the moments when no one else sees it. When you wake up early instead of hitting snooze. When you push through the workout, when you choose discipline over comfort. And make no mistake, raising your standards isn't about being perfect. It's about committing to growth. It's about committing to growth. It's about looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I will no longer settle for anything less than my best. It's about refusing to allow your past to define your future. It's about choosing progress over perfection, consistency over chaos, courage over comfort. Sometimes raising your standards means letting go of habits that no longer serve you, letting go of people who pull you down, letting go of identities you've outgrown. It's not easy, but it's necessary because you can't rise while carrying the weight of everything that keeps you grounded in the old version of yourself. And once you drop those limits, you'll feel lighter, faster, more alive. And yes, people may push back. They may not understand your new standards. They might say you've changed, and they're right, you have. You're no longer okay with average. You're no longer okay with barely getting by. You've decided to play the game of life at a higher level, and not everyone is ready for that. That's okay. Let them go. Your journey isn't for everyone. It's for those who are ready to grow, to lead, to live fully. So take a breath. Stand tall and ask yourself, what have I been tolerating? Where have I been tolerating? Where have I been settling? What needs to change today, right now, so that I can step into the life I was born to live? Because the moment you raise your standards, everything begins to shift. Your energy, your actions, your results, raise them high enough. And absolutely. Here's a 600-word motivational expansion of point 3. Take massive, intelligent action, written in the same high-energy, Tony Robbins-inspired tone. Massive action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the missing link between vision and reality. It's the missing link between vision and reality. So many people spend years dreaming, planning, overthinking, and waiting for the right moment. But nothing changes until you take action. And not just any action, massive, intentional, relentless action. Action with urgency. Action that says, I am all in. You can read every book, attend every seminar, visualize your goals until your mind is a movie screen. But if you don't move, nothing moves. Nothing moves. Ideas without action are just fantasies. Potential without execution is worthless. What separates those who succeed from those who struggle isn't knowledge. The people who rise, the ones who build extraordinary lives, are not the ones who knew the most. They're the ones who did the most. They showed up. They got in the game. They kept swinging when it wasn't pretty, and they learned while doing. Now, taking massive action doesn't mean being reckless. It's not about being busy just for the sake of it. It's about taking intelligent action, strategic steps that are aligned with your goals. It's about being bold, but also being smart. You don't have to have it all figured out. In fact, you never will. Figured out. In fact, you never will. But when you take a step forward, the path starts to reveal itself. Clarity comes through motion, not meditation. When you act, you gain feedback. You learn what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust. That's where momentum is born. And here's the truth. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. You're going to mess up. You're going to launch something that flops. Make a call that gets rejected. Try something that scares you and fall flat on your face. But guess what? That's the process. That's the price of growth. Every person you admire, every success story you hear is built on a mountain of missteps. The difference is they didn't stop. They didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. They kept going, and they got better because of it. Massive action isn't about feeling ready. It's about moving anyway. Because if you wait for the fear to go away, you'll wait forever. You'll wait forever. You don't need confidence to begin. You need courage. Confidence is built through action. Every time you do something hard, every time you take the leap, you wire a new belief in your brain. I can do hard things. That belief is priceless. And let's be honest, most people never get what they want because they're too addicted to comfort. They're waiting for permission, for signs, for guarantees. But success doesn't live in the comfort zone. It lives in the unknown. It lives in the stretch, the risk, the leap. You've got to be willing to go all in, even when the outcome is uncertain. Especially then, when you commit to massive, intelligent action, you become magnetic. You become a force. Doors start opening. Resources show up. People notice. Because the universe responds to momentum. It rewards movement. It meets you at your level of effort. And when you move with urgency, with purpose, with unshakable belief, something incredible happens. You begin to shape your life in real time. So ask yourself, what is one action I can take today that moves me forward? What am I avoiding that I know deep down I need to do? What would my life look like if I stopped hesitating and started executing? Don't wait for motivation. Create it. Don't wait for opportunity. Chase it. Don't wait for permission. Give it to yourself. This is your moment. This is your shot. Take the leap. Take the risk. Take the reins of your life and move forward with power because your future doesn't wait. And neither should you. Absolutely. And neither should you. Absolutely. Here's a 600-word motivational expansion of point 4. Use setbacks as fuel. Written in that same bold, empowering Tony Robbins' inspired tone. Setbacks are not the end of the road. They're part of the road. They're part of the road. The truth is, you can't build a life of greatness without facing adversity. You can't grow without challenge. And you certainly can't succeed without stumbling along the way. But here's the real secret. The people who rise to the top don't avoid setbacks. They use them. They turn pain into power. They turn failure into feedback. They turn the darkest moments into the fire that lights the way forward. You see, most people let setbacks define them. They hit a wall. and they stop. They hear a no, and they shut down. They get rejected, and they question their worth. But successful people, they understand something deeper. They understand that a setback is not a signal to quit. It's a sign to grow. It's a test, not a termination. It's the universe asking, how bad do you really want it? When you experience failure, pain, or loss, it's easy to think you're alone. But you're not. Every successful person you know has failed. Not once, not twice, dozens of times. They've launched businesses that crashed, had relationships that broke, made decisions that hurt. But what sets them apart is how they responded. They didn't play the victim. They didn't stay down. They got back up again and again, stronger every time. Here's the truth. Every setback contains a seed of strength. How can I use this to become even better than before? Because if you use your setback the right way, it can become the exact thing that propels you forward. It's in the pain that you develop grit. It's in the struggle that you build resilience. It's in the heartbreak that you find clarity. The version of you that's calm, composed, powerful, that version is forged in fire. You don't become unshakable by reading quotes on Instagram. You become unshakable by walking through storms and refusing to let them break you. Now, this doesn't mean you ignore the pain. Feel it. Process it. But don't live in it. Don't let a bad day become a bad life. Don't let one chapter define your whole story. You are not your mistake. You are not your loss. You are not the opinion of someone who gave up on you. You are so much more. And the setback you're facing, it's not a dead end. It's a detour to something greater if you decide to make it one. So how do you use a setback as fuel? First, take ownership. Don't blame. Don't justify. Own your role and learn from it. Second, reframe the story. Don't say, I failed. Say, he found a way that didn't work. And one step closer. And third, take action. Even a small step forward after a fall is a massive win. Momentum is built by movement, not perfection. You don't need to have it all figured out to bounce back. You just need to take the next right step. Maybe it's sending the email, making the call, asking for help. Whatever it is, do it. Because action creates confidence. And confidence creates breakthroughs. Setbacks will come. That's life. But how you use them, that's your power. Let them refine you, not define you. Not define you. Let them build your hunger, not kill your hope. Let them sharpen your vision, not blur it. Your comeback can be greater than your setback, but only if you choose it. You're not finished. You're just getting started. This is your time to rise. Absolutely. Here's a 600-word motivational expansion of point 5. Prime and condition your mind daily. Delivered in that same Tony Robbins style, high energy, empowering voice. Success isn't just about what you do. It's about how you think. Your mind is your most powerful tool, your greatest asset, and your ultimate weapon. But here's the thing. If you don't train it daily, it will train you. It will default to fear. It will fall into old patterns. It will replay doubts, insecurities, and limitations from your past. That's why the most successful, fulfilled people don't just take care of their bodies. They condition their minds every single day. They prime themselves for greatness. Because let's be honest, life is coming at you fast. Stress, negativity, fear, distractions, comparison, it's everywhere. You don't have to go looking for it. So if you're not actively feeding your mind with power, clarity, focus, and belief, you're going to get swept up in the chaos. You're going to find yourself reacting instead of leading, surviving instead of thriving, But when you take control of your mental state, everything changes. You become grounded, focused, unstoppable. Priming your mind isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Just like an athlete warms up before the big game, you've got to warm up your mindset before you step into your day. That's how you shift your emotional state. That's how you go from tired to energized, from stressed to centered, from doubtful to driven. And it doesn't take hours, just 10 to 15 minutes of intentional focus in the morning can change the trajectory of your entire day. Start with gratitude. Train your brain to notice what's good, because what you focus on, you feel. And when you live in a state of gratitude, fear disappears. You can't be stressed and grateful at the same time. And when you start your day from that place, you operate on a whole different level. Next, visualize your future. See the life you're creating in vivid detail. Picture the goals you're chasing as if they've already happened. Feel the emotion of it, the pride, the joy, the certainty. Because your mind doesn't know the difference between real and vividly imagined. When you see your future clearly and consistently, your brain starts to believe it. And when your brain believes it, your actions follow. Then speak it. Speak life into your vision. Use affirmations that fire you up. I am powerful. I am focused. I am built for this. I am creating a life of purpose and impact. This isn't about hype. It's about rewiring your identity. Every time you declare who you are, you reinforce that belief in your subconscious. And your beliefs shape your behavior. And don't forget your body. Move, breathe, shift your physiology. Because motion creates emotion. You can't think your way into a powerful state. You have to move into it. Change your posture, change your breathing, and you change your state. You wake up your energy. You ignite your fire. The key is consistency. Conditioning your mind isn't something you do once and expect results forever. Just like you wouldn't go to the gym once and expect to stay fit. You've got to train your mindset daily. It's a ritual. Yeah. A ritual, a commitment. And over time, it changes everything. You start to make better decisions. You bounce back faster. You think bigger. You feel stronger. You attract better energy. So ask yourself, what are you feeding your mind every morning? What thoughts are you planting? Are you priming for power or for pressure? Because you have the ability to shape your emotional state. You have the power to take control of your day before the world even touches it. Start small. Start now. Even 5 minutes of intentional mental conditioning can create momentum. And once you feel that shift, once you realize that you are the creator of your mindset, not a victim of it, you'll never go back. Your mind is your kingdom. Rule it daily. Absolutely. Daily. Absolutely. Here's a 600-word expansion of point 6. Surround yourself with empowering people, delivered in that bold, high-energy Tony Robbins style voice. One of the most powerful decisions you will ever make in your life is choosing who you allow around you. Because your environment shapes your destiny. The people you spend time with are not neutral. They are either pulling you forward or holding you back. They're either fueling your vision or draining your energy. So if you want to rise, you've got to surround yourself with people who lift you, challenge you, and believe in you, even when you forget how to believe in yourself. That's not just a cute quote. It's a fundamental truth. Energy is contagious. Mindsets are contagious. Habits are contagious. You could be the most driven, passionate, hungry person on the planet, but if you're constantly surrounded by people who settle, who complain, who fear change, you'll start to lower your standards just to fit in. And that's death to your growth. So ask yourself, who's in my circle? Who am I listening to? Who am I allowing to influence my mindset, my goals, my energy? Because if you're not consciously choosing those people, you're unconsciously becoming like them. Empowering people don't just cheer you on when things are going well. So let's cheer you on when things are going well. They hold you accountable when you want to shrink. They speak truth when you're making excuses. They see greatness in you even when you're stuck in self-doubt. They call you higher. They ask more of you because they know you have more to give. And that kind of energy, that kind of belief, it's a force. It pushes you through fear, through fatigue, through failure. You need people around you who are playing the game at a higher level or who are at least committed to leveling up. People who are not threatened by your ambition, but inspired by it. People who see your wins and think, oh, let's go higher, not a who do you think you are. That's the kind of tribe that builds empires. That's the kind of circle that transforms lives. And don't think you have to wait until you're unsuccessful enough to find these people. No, you attract what you are. So if you want better company, be better company. Be the energy you want to receive. Be the one who supports, encourages, and uplifts. Show up with passion. Show up with purpose. That vibration will attract others on the same mission. The more you elevate your standards, the more aligned your relationships will become. Sometimes that means letting go. Letting go of old friendships, old connections, even family dynamics that no longer serve who you're becoming. That's not selfish. You're not judging them, you're just choosing you. You're protecting your peace, your progress, your potential. And the truth is, you can love people from a distance. You can bless them and still move on. Also, seek out mentors, coaches, people who've walked the path and can show you what's possible. Success leaves clues. Get in the room, ask questions, model their mindset, learn from their failures. Success is not meant to be a solo mission. Surrounding yourself with the right people shortens the journey, sharpens your vision, and multiplies your power. And in this digital age, your circle isn't just who you see face to face. It's the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the content you consume. Are you feeding your mind daily with inspiration, strategy, wisdom? Or are you getting pulled into drama, distraction, and doubt? You have a choice right now, today. Choose to build a circle that reflects your future, not your past. Find the people who ignite your soul, not just fill your time. Your time. People who raise your vibration, not your anxiety. Because the moment you surround yourself with greatness, you begin to reflect it. Environment is everything. Environment is everything. And you are worth a powerful one.